sounds like a Karen.
I forgot. Every week, I always forget to turn to see.
Because deep down, you like that white woman. Just be honest. You like hearing her voice. It's okay.
No, I don't.
She makes you feel safe. Anyway, welcome all to the Black Column. I am Jabaya, aka the Crew Philosopher.
And I'm Shannon, aka your favorite Blerd.
Yes, we are here once again bringing you the Anti-Bougie Black podcast, where we discuss events that take place in the media. Shannon, it's been... How long has it been since we last recorded?
A week.
It hasn't been a week. See, Shannon has this recorded. I'm going to let you guys behind the curtain.
Oh, right. We recorded on Friday. No, it's been a week. We recorded on Friday last week.
Okay, so 6 days.
Yeah. So a week.
Basically. Yeah, we don't have no set schedule here, right? The schedule for the Black Column podcast is whenever Shannon is available. And so I'm usually...
No, except for that one time that you weren't available.
You're right. I had a breakdown. I had a mental breakdown. It took a mental breakdown.
No, not even that. Like the week before that. Remember, we had to push
that was bad. That was bad. You're right. I had to move talk. My bad. So, Shannon, how have you been, my friend?
I've been good. Can't complain, really. Life is slowly changing around us. It's very interesting to watch.
Do tell.
I just mean like the world, Life is slowly returning back to normal, kind of, a little bit. So it's just interesting to watch.
It is wild to see the world get back to normal, even though everyone seems to be freaking out about this new Delta strain.
Which you shouldn't freak out. Well, we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I'm just saying, it's just strange to see. Like you said, the world's opening back up. People are doing more things. Yet, when I go online and I read certain things, it's like the new Delta strain is escaping vaccines, and I'm like, okay, all right, we're just gonna keep this train going. I see, huh? But okay, it's good to hear. I've been well. I've been doing well. So kind of, sort of. I picked up my my CPAP machine yesterday from the doctor.
What's that?
It's basically this machine that they give you if you have sleep apnea, and
okay,
yeah, and so
I got the snoring machine, the mask that you put on your face.
Yeah. And so I picked mine up yesterday. Tried to use it last night. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Didn't think I did it right. And so tonight it's gonna be my real first time using it, dude. When it took me to that place to give me like sides and like dude, they put the mask on my face, and he said, "Yeah, we gotta do a test of the mask, right?" And he turned it on. Dude, the amount of wind or air that came flowing into my mask, it felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I can imagine what that feels like. The feeling you're describing.
Yeah, it's hard to describe, but we've all been there where we're like on something, or we're either right. I'm trying to describe when else I felt that way, because I don't really do roller coasters like that. But you know what I'm talking about? The feeling where you're moving quickly, or air is coming into your face quickly, and if you try to inhale, you feel like you can't breathe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I went through when I tried on the mask in the place. I was like, yo, I pulled it off like real quick. I was like, hey, what you doing, man? What you doing?
So you have to sleep with the mask, and it's like connected to like that machine, right? Like a vacuum cleaner. It looks like a big vacuum cleaner thing.
Yeah. And so I have it next to my bed, and I'm supposed to have the mask on. I'm supposed to sleep with it. But I'm like, how can I sleep with this thing when I feel like I can't breathe?
Yeah. What did he say? Is it something you have to get used to, or are they going to adjust it?
So apparently, it's not uncommon for you to get used to what's happening here. So it is uncomfortable for a lot of people. And mine has what's called like a ramp effect, where it starts off like at a lower pressure for like 45 minutes, and then it goes up as needed while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
So all I have to do is get used to the initial 45-minute pressure that it'll take me to go to sleep. And then I guess it increases while I'm sleeping, and it does it for me. But I don't know. I'm uncomfortable because just the feeling of, if you saw how I look with that mask on, I look like I'm about to die. It's like this big thing over my face. I got the wire from the top where the air goes, where the air comes into the mask. It's like this big tube that's on top of my head when I'm sleeping. The mask is like harnessed on me. I got the mouth. I got, and mine comes with the mouth and the nose cover. Some people have where just their nose. For me, it's nose and mouth, because sometimes when I'm sleeping, I breathe through my mouth. So it's both for mine. Yeah. And I feel trapped, man. I feel trapped. So tonight is
and you have to do that. You have to do that forever?
Well,
Or
yeah. So for the foreseeable future, in order for my insurance company to pay for it, I have to sleep with it at least 4 hours a night for like 30 days, something like that. Over the
4
next
hours
30
a night for
days.
30 years. Okay. Yeah.
And
Okay.
so,
Interesting.
but I don't know if I could do it, man. If that wind keeps on, yo, I don't know how that gonna be because and then when I took the mask off, I felt like congested.
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird.
okay.
It's weird. But look, I did some research, and
Mm,
apparently, I'm not the only one that has these problems. A lot of people they also
yeah.
have similar issues when they first started. Some people that they have them like forever. But for me, I don't think it'll be a continuous thing. I'm hoping that all I have to do is maybe use this because some people they get the CPAP machine and they end up needing it for the rest of their life. Some people they get better over time. Sleep apnea is kind of a
Mm.
tricky thing that way, and so I'm kind of hoping that if I use it initially, somehow, some way, I'll be able to get to a point where I don't need it anymore. So, just keeping your thoughts and prayers, people, as I go through this journey. I can't stand this machine, but whatever. Yeah. So enough of me bitching. Let's get into some of the topics from this week, and I want to start with the collapse that took place in Miami.
Okay.
There was a building collapse that happened. It is the most terrifying thing I've seen. I think it was one of the newer the newer buildings that were built.
Mm-hmm. It looked like it was.
Yeah, so I think it's like a newer structure. So like because not that it would be less frightening, but I can kind of understand if it was one of a building that was built 60 years ago or something like that. But
Mm.
this looked very, very recently built, and so I am terrified of that happening to me.
What floor do you live on in your building?
So I live on what I call the jumpable floor, right? So I live on the third floor.
3? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the third floor is what I call the jumpable floor. Um, first floor, you just run out the door. Second floor, there's no risk. Third floor, you're gonna make it, but you might, sprain an ankle depending on how you jump out the window. So I'm very jumpable from my floor. That said, though, Shannon, that wouldn't help if that happened to me. If I'm in the building watching TV, right? I'm watching TV and watching Netflix. What's that new show on Netflix? Ragnarok something. I'm watching. I'm watching
Oh,
Ragnarok.
is that good? Sorry, I don't want to. Never mind. Don't even answer that. I
I
don't want to
watched
give
one
it.
episode last night. It was very, very. My brother told me to watch it. It was very interesting. I like the concept. The gods versus the humans. I heard of Ragnarok before that anime.
Mhm.
So yeah, dude, I meant to ask you before we started. Did you see Demon Slayer, the movie? Yo,
No, but I'm gonna watch it now that it's on Funimation now, so I'm gonna watch it.
I watched it. Yeah, I pre-ordered it like 2 months ago. I watched so once it was released on Apple, I watched it immediately. Oh my god, that movie's phenomenal.
I've been waiting for my boyfriend to finish watching the first season so I can
Oh, so
watch
you
it
can
with
watch it
him.
together? Yeah, you should do that. Just wait a little bit.
But he's taking forever to finish it, so I might have to watch it without him. We're on a slow grind.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I'm in the living room watching TV on Netflix, and then the base of my building begins to fall. There's no escaping that.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
there's
there's
no
not.
escaping that.
No, yeah, it's kind of scary. And there are what is it, like 99 people unaccounted for, and like 3 confirmed deaths. It might be more now, but that's what I saw earlier.
Me too. I definitely saw like 90 unaccounted for. That's terrifying, man. And you know what the thing is? I was
Yeah.
thinking about we don't know anything about. You see, capitalism puts you in a very transactional mindset. So we don't have any we don't ask any questions when we buy a new apartment about, hey, what's the structure like for the build?
Yeah. No.
We don't ask any of these questions. We just, oh, I need an apartment. I'm gonna find me an apartment, 12th floor. Who cares? Let me go. I'm gonna buy it right now. We don't ask any questions. None of that stuff. How many buildings do you think, Shannon? And we live in New York City. How many buildings do you think are up to code?
Um, a lot of the newer buildings are actually probably up to code. The older buildings that you move into, probably not. So
Exactly. I agree with you. Though one argument in favor of the old buildings is that the older buildings use better material. So you know how a
okay,
lot of the older apartment buildings are like stone versus the new
yeah,
the new is like sheetrock, whatever it is.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, you can do. I can hear my neighbor's conversation sometimes.
Ooh,
As
Yeah.
well. I'll be in the kitchen making some food, and I could just hear them through the vent.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, but most people who and live in the city in these newer places, that's how
Mhm.
the buildings were made. Unlike the original buildings, it was like stone. It's harder. You can't really hear anybody. Tougher material. So yeah, there's not much analysis going into this first story. I just kind of want to just bring it up because I think this is actually something that people should think about from time to time. You shouldn't obsess over it. But
Yeah, don't obsess over it because like how often do buildings collapse, guys? This is a rare event. But it is
it
sad.
is a rare event. That said, though, I do think if you are buying or renting a new spot, I don't think it's crazy for like one question to be, uh, you know, how often is this building maintenance, or
Yeah.
is this up to code, or is there any like paperwork that I can see that shows that this building is up to code? Yeah, so I'm not saying freak out. I'm just saying though,
Yeah, yeah.
this seems like a decent question to ask, and yeah, I'm terrified if this ever happened to me. So that's all I want to say with this story.
Mm.
That's it. Now the first real news story, Shannon. The Pfizer Moderna heart inflammation story that you put in there.
Oh yeah. So I put it in there at first just to like bring it up, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal because no one has died. I'll let you continue talking.
First of all, somebody absolutely has died from this condition.
Really?
You
Have
didn't
they?
hear the so you didn't hear the girl who died. She ended up. All right. Here's the thing. She didn't die. I'm gonna look this up. Give me 1 second. Keep
Mhm.
talking.
Okay, so basically, there's been cases in children and young adults of heart inflammation. It's like rare heart inflammation with the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, which apparently someone died from it. I wasn't aware that anyone died, uh, but apparently someone did, which is scary. So there we are. We're all even on the table with with associated risk for each vaccine now. It makes me feel less scared,
Okay,
which is
got
probably
it.
not the right
So
response.
yeah, so the name of the girl is she's a Mason High School graduate. Her name is Simone Scott. Okay, and so all right, it says according to Simone's mother, father, and stepfather, Bill, Simone was healthy when they returned home to Mason to surprise her mom for Mother's Day in May. However, not long after the visit, they say Simone suddenly got sick. What has seemingly started as a cold in April continued to escalate into more intense symptoms. By May, Valerie and Simone had grown tired, weak, and dizzy. She visited several doctors and was told she had developed an irregular heartbeat. Simone's parents said she tested negative for COVID-19 and had received her second dose of a COVID-19 vaccine weeks before she died.
Ooh.
If something doesn't sound right, look right, if there's just some sort of intuition in your gut that you need to go see a doctor, please do that. And you know what? If you don't get the answers, go to somebody else. Eventually, she was hospitalized, where her parents learned she suffered from heart failure. Following several procedures and a heart transplant, Valerie says Simone's physical condition continued to decline until she passed away on June 11th.
Oh my
Right?
God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so this is a story where there's no direct connection to the vaccine, but what people think happened is the heart inflammation stuff that you're talking about um hit this young lady here. Uh she ended up getting, the heart transplant, and then from there she continued to deteriorate until she died.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when you said that nobody died, I'm like,
I
bullshit.
actually didn't hear that story. So, ooh.
Yeah, and this is one. I read another one that was kind of similar to this. So much so that the CDC, I think, released like some. It was either the CDC or who came out against children getting vaccinated.
Hmm.
One of the
Who
two.
came out against what?
They came out against children getting vaccinated.
Oh, got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is kind of a crazy time we're living in because all this stuff is coming out and like it's scaring people from getting vaccinated, but then all these, deadlier variants are also out and posing a greater risk to people who are unvaccinated. So it's just kind of like, what do you do? You know?
So here's the thing. We have these statistical numbers that show that still you are overwhelmingly
Well, yeah.
not going to get die from a COVID vaccine. It's not even
No,
close.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
You're more likely to die from heart inflammation from the actual coronavirus. I think the chance that you develop the inflammation condition from the vaccine is like
Yeah, yeah.
0.014, and the
No, no,
chance
no.
that you develop the,
Mhm.
the inflammation from COVID is like 2.2%, something like that.
I understand that. But people who are already like, iffy about vaccinations in general, This doesn't help them. This doesn't
Well,
persuade them, even though they probably weren't going to get vaccinated anyway. But whatever.
yeah, but look, they
This
deserve the information though. I don't
yeah.
believe in hiding these stories or hiding the like. Look, be honest with people. If there is a risk, tell them. Look, the chances of this happening to you, you are more likely to get struck by lightning. That said, people do get struck by lightning. It happens from time to time. Somebody gets struck
Yeah.
by lightning, and it might be you who ends up getting struck by lightning. But we still believe that the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to getting this vaccine. The problem with the health industry is they think that if they are honest with the people, that they won't be able to do like the risk reward analysis accurately in order to make the best medical decisions for themselves. And I understand why they believe that, but I just think you make your job harder because once the truth come out, and it will come out, the truth always comes out. It leaks from some news organization or it spreads by word of mouth on the street or social media. Once it comes out, now it looks like you were hiding something. And then to your point, Shannon, people are then significantly more or less likely to want to get a vaccination instead of if you were just like upfront with the risk and said, but look, the rewards are you get your life back. If you do catch COVID, almost nobody ends up dying from it in the hospital. Like, these are the rewards and they outweigh the risk and it's not even close.
I do, though, feel like they kind of pushed out approval to vaccinate children under 12 a little quickly. Because I feel like we had just read about them like starting trials in young children, and then it's like, oh, it's approved. But I'm just like this. I just feel like it really wasn't tested for not nearly as long as it was tested for like regular, like the general population. So that's what I feel.
Yeah, I mean, me and you said this before. We are the guinea pigs for this vaccine. You're right.
Yeah.
These were granted emergency use originally.
Yeah, emergency use, but I feel like trials were going on for a little longer. But I feel like trials for younger kids, I feel like weren't going on for very long at all, even less time than trials for adults.
Agreed.
So,
But once again, remember, they are balancing the interest of the health of the population and also the health of their economies as well. And so that's why they're trying to get.
I get it, but I just feel like when stuff like this starts coming up, it's just going to backfire on them for not.
Oh yeah, me and you agree on that 100%. So they should have been honest about about all the stuff from the beginning, and just tell people, yeah, this can happen, but we doubt it's going to happen to you, and we still think the risk outweigh the rewards.
You mean the rewards outweigh the risk?
Oh my God, yeah, the rewards outweigh the risk. Because here's the thing: even if you get the vaccine, right, you are so unlikely to develop the heart inflammation. And if you do develop the heart inflammation, the overwhelming majority of people recover from those symptoms and do well as well. So it is like super, super small people who develop the heart inflammation. And out of those people, it is still a small percentage of those individuals who end up, having serious health complications or dying from the heart conditions.
I want to know, and I hope this information comes out as we get closer to people needing to get booster shots. I want to know if I can mix and match shots because I'm not getting another Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is random to say, but I don't want it. I want a different vaccine next time. So I just want to know if I can do that without bringing any health risks to myself.
You want to know if you can get one of the mRNA vaccines, even though you got the Johnson & Johnson one
Yeah,
first?
like when it's time for the population to revaccinate themselves, whenever immunity runs out, I would just want to know if I can get another one, if I can get a different one without like dying.
I think you can because I think Meghan Markle, she recently got one of the mRNAs, even though originally I think she got one of the adenovirus vaccines, the one-shot vaccines.
Oh, really?
I think so. Let me go and look up Meghan. What's her name? Meghan.
Wait, why would she need to get two different ones?
Well, what's her name? Meghan Markle, right?
Meghan Markle. Yeah.
Not Markle.
Merkel?
The leader of the female leader of France. Was it Germany?
Oh, okay. Wait, so she got two different ones?
What's her name, Shannon?
I don't know.
Hold on. Germany. Merkel. What's her name? Oh, what's her name? Oh, Angela Merkel. My bad. Angela Merkel vaccine. Yeah. So she got the Moderna dose after she got the first dose of the AstraZeneca. And the AstraZeneca is an
Isn't
adeno.
AstraZeneca a one shot?
Yeah.
So why would she need to get a Moderna shot?
So I'm reading Al Jazeera. It says German Chancellor Angela Merkel received the Moderna coronavirus vaccine as her second jab after getting the first dose of AstraZeneca vaccine, a government spokesman said on Tuesday. The 66-year-old took her first dose of AstraZeneca vaccine in April, when in 2 weeks after German authorities recommended the use of the jab only for people aged 60 and up. Millions of so that was the one with the blood clotting issue.
Yeah.
Um, Germany recommended in April that people who received their first shot of the AstraZeneca vaccine should receive a different shot for their second dose. Okay, so she got the second dose because of that and a different vaccine. Now, but what you're asking is, okay, so here it is, mixing vaccines. Some experts believe that switching COVID vaccines for second doses could boost immunity, and several medical studies are underway. One small UK study into using different COVID vaccines in two-dose inoculations found that people who received Pfizer's vaccine followed by a dose of AstraZeneca or vice versa were more likely to report mild or moderate post-vaccination symptoms than if they received two doses of the same type. Interesting.
Well, I'm gonna just wait on that a little bit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait. That sounds a little scary to me,
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah. And what I want to know is, what type of vaccine is the AstraZeneca? Is it also an mRNA?
I thought it had the same. I thought AstraZeneca had the same technology as Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah. I'm looking this up. Is AstraZeneca vaccine mRNA? I don't. Of course. Why can't Google just give me a yes or no? Right? Like, why is it so hard to get yes? It is. No, it's not. Yes. No. Yeah. So the AstraZeneca is like the Johnson and Johnson. Yeah,
Okay,
they're called vector vaccines.
that's confusing. Okay, that sounds a little scary. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. So I mean, she trusted it enough to get the second dose of something else, and so yeah, we probably will end up getting that option. Like you, I probably will get the mRNA as well because it seemed to offer more immunity to the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And when I got my Johnson and Johnson, I got the one dose because I don't want the side effects. That said, I didn't realize all these super strains will be coming out in the coming months that will make my Johnson and Johnson vaccine totally useless. So I'm with you. If I
Not
can
totally
mismatch,
useless.
I want a mismatch.
It's not totally useless, Jabaya. You have over 50% effectiveness
That's
against
your question, Shannon.
variants, but
That's your
not
question.
80%.
Yeah.
Yes.
If there was two bulletproof vests, one gave you 60% protection, one that gave you 88%.
Okay. Yes, obviously
Okay.
we want the 88%, but I'm just saying, and yes, I understand that I just said that I would want a different vaccine too, but the Johnson Johnson is not useless.
Put
You're
it like
still
this. If you get
protected.
if you get the J&J now, I think you're making a mistake.
No, don't get it now.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I just read somewhere that they are having trouble moving Johnson Johnson actually because nobody wants because no one wants it.
Yeah, that said, we are also dealing with people who are hesitant about getting their second dose of whatever vaccine they got the first time.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I think something like half the country has gotten like one dose, and a couple of them haven't gone back for their second dose. And
I did read that. But when you don't go back for your second dose, you have to start all over again. If you wait longer than the 3 weeks. Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Cite your sources, Shannon.
I forgot where I read it. Look it up though.
I forgot where I read it.
I could be lying, but I'm pretty sure I read that.
So here's what I want to say though. I understand people who, after they get their first one, they're hesitant about getting the second one, especially if you had the reaction that I had to my J&J.
Yeah.
I can understand not wanting to go through that willingly a second time. Like you're just so emotionally scarred by that pain and discomfort that you don't want to introduce your body to that at all in any way, shape, or form. I get that. But once again, you have to remember, it's short-term pain for long-term protection.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the game, right? Don't allow your cowardness to fuck up your health. That's what me and Shannon did. Well, more me, right? I got the J&J because I didn't want to put up with two side effects, experiences. I should have just swallowed a pill and got the two-dose mRNA stuff And then I would have felt a lot more confident going out in the world as this big super duper Delta is out here messing people up. But I let my fear take hold, and now here I am with Shannon on one shot J&J Island.
Well, Jabaya, go ahead and get a second dose. Go ahead and get a dose of Pfizer.
As soon as the white man says that it is clear for us to do so, I will.
Hold on, wait. I'm just trying to see if what I said was true.
Yo, trying to find out if Shannon just spread fake news on our podcast.
I didn't though. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, I mean that's a wild statement to make with no source. And I mean wild statement, Shannon. Like for you to not even have that in the tuck.
I feel like my friend who is a doctor.
Wait. wait. Now Shannon is blaming her friend.
But she told me. Sorry, I don't mean to throw you under the bus. But
don't throw your friend under the bus because I'm sure she said something like that. Probably.
No, she said that.
Where'd you proof that? Did she send an email or text?
She said it verbally.
By the way, with friends like Shannon, who are these enemies? You see how quickly Shannon was able to just throw her friend under the dirt?
Apparently.
Go ahead.
You don't have to start it over. But it said that the effectiveness comes into question if it's delayed beyond 6 weeks.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that you should do this. Of course, you should take the second dose within the 2 and 3 week time period as is recommended. It's like when you buy cereal or not cereal, or you buy chips and it says best if used by this date. You should probably, dude. I don't even buy chips if it's close to the expiration date.
No.
I kind of want my chips to be as fresh as possible. Mm-hmm. That said, if you do eat chips a day after the expiration date, you're not going to die.
No.
Yeah. So I apologize to Shannon's friend who Shannon threw under the bus, but I don't believe you told her that. Oh, yeah. I don't believe you told her that. Anyway, so do we have any more COVID talk?
I don't.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we do. Yes. Most COVID deaths now are among the unvaccinated population. Something to take into consideration as you're moving around in the world, unvaccinated with all of these variants spreading.
This doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, if there's a more transmissible variant of the virus out there, and there is a particularly vulnerable population, the variant is going to spread rapidly amongst. So if you have two populations, one of people who are heavily vaccinated, like I think New York City has passed the 70% threshold, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's why they decided to open everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's say you have two populations, one that has been heavily vaccinated, the other that it has been, it's unvaccinated. Both of them are exposed to the Delta variant at the exact same time on the same day. And they have the same ecosystem. So both of them are open societies. Mm-hmm. The unvaccinated people are going to get hammered by this virus versus the people who are vaccinated. Here's the thing. Some of them might still end up getting sick. Some of them will, but it will be nowhere near like it will be in these unvaccinated areas.
No, it'll probably be more like a cold, kind of.
Yeah, if you get it. But most people who get this and they're vaccinated, especially if you have the 2-dose vaccines, it's a asymptomatic case. So yes, you'll have COVID, you test positive, but you won't feel anything. You feel like your usual self. Yeah. I'm saddened that the vaccines and everything have been broken into these, political tribes. And so most of these places where people aren't vaccinated, these are, right-wing states and cities. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. I don't. I understand being skeptical of the way the pandemic was handled. I even agree with some people on the right who believe that a lot of the lockdowns and stuff were politically motivated and not driven by the science. That said, not urging your own constituents to get vaccinated, to me, not only is it indefensible on a like humanity scale, even if you had no humanity in you whatsoever and you was just trying to look out for your own political interests, do people realize that every person who dies, that's one less potential vote that you have? No, I'm serious. If you think about this, Shannon, we are going to have a whole new makeup the next time we have like a national election because of how many people died.
Yeah.
if you have a scenario where more people who live in blue states have survived this thing because they got vaccinated, meanwhile in the red states they got ravaged because they weren't vaccinated, here's what's going to happen. Those red states are going to be purple states or potentially blue states because within those red states, Shannon, the people who are Democrats or left-leaning, they're vaccinated. It's the right-wingers in those red states that aren't vaccinated. And so you're going to be losing all of those votes. Meanwhile, the left-leaning people, the blue people, they're going to be alive to vote in 3 years.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand this political calculation by Republicans. It makes me sad. It does. Makes me sad. So yeah, enough COVID talk for today. Where are we going now? I'm gonna let you pick, Shannon. Where would you like to go?
One thing we didn't do, we usually talk about the order of the stories, and we didn't do that. We didn't do that before we started recording.
Yeah, we didn't do anything today, really. We got on and we started recording. I was in a great mood today, other than me wrestling with my CPAP machine last night. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Look, these people here, look, you get what you get. All right. I mean, I've been going backwards, really, from the bottom. I was going from the bottom.
Okay,
up.
so we talked about all the COVID stories. So you went. Oh God, I really don't want to talk to you about the.
I knew it.
I really don't want to talk to you about it.
I knew Shannon was gonna punk out on my favorite story. I knew it. I said she's not gonna want to talk about this. She's gonna run and hide.
I don't want to talk about it with you. I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
I mean, know exactly how you feel about it.
And
I just don't want to.
Wait, this is a big deal, though.
I mean, yes, it is. I just don't want to discuss it with you because you're gonna make me angry. But okay. Fine.
I mean, we could push that to the side for later.
No, we can just talk about it. Just do it. Talk about it. Let's get it out. Let's get out of the way.
I know, because I'm gonna go in depth. I mean, you're gonna be angry when I finish what I have to say. I promise you that. So we might as well just go to this bullshit ranked choice voting that took place this past Tuesday.
Oh, unfortunately, I didn't experience ranked choice. No, because I'm not a registered Democrat, so I was not able to.
Okay, so you just left us to the wolves to be out here. Wow,
I know. I'm sorry. I meant to change. I meant to switch over my party from independent to Democrat, but I just forgot.
You know what? No, I'm not going to get mad at you. You ain't the issue. The rule is the issue. No, seriously. Why do I have to go through all these hurdles to vote in the primary?
Yes.
So I gotta be a Democrat to vote in the primary, and then have to turn back over to my original party to vote in the general election. But then I have to make sure I remember to go back to who I want to vote in the primary. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like that. And so I'm not going to get mad at you. So I voted on Tuesday. Look, man, I don't like it.
You didn't like it? Okay, explain it.
I don't like that. So first of all, when you get the ballot, Shannon, so the way they had it looks like a test from like junior high school, like the multiple choice test that you get.
Yeah.
And so it had the list of all the candidates going down on a column like this, and the bubbles were this way. So the names on this side and where you bubble was this way. And so you had to go, Andrew Yang first place, Maya Wiley, second place. That's how you was doing it. And I realized I don't understand how people think this whole we're not going to find out who won an election until a week or two later thing is good for our democracy. Do you know how many skeptical people we have running around here?
Mm-hmm.
This is not a great thing. We should be trying to make it so that we know who won these things as soon as possible.
Yeah. What happened to when we found out who won the race the same night?
This is not healthy.
But what happened to that?
Yeah, this is not healthy. And on top of that, I have no idea how this stuff is even calculated. And so, yeah, I know that I'm supposed to vote who's my first choice, who's my second choice, I understand how I'm supposed to vote. What I don't understand is how these votes will be calculated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I already said that ranked choice voting sounds a little sketchy to me. So it's good to know that you also felt that way after voting. I haven't actually seen it because I didn't vote, unfortunately.
I mean, dude. So the rules are here. I just pulled it up on NPR. It says, how does it work? If someone gets 50% plus one after all the first choice votes are counted, then the election is over and that candidate wins. If no one gets 50% plus one, it's on to round two. The person with the lowest number of first place votes is eliminated, and that candidate's voters' second choices get redistributed as votes for other candidates. This reallocation of votes goes on until someone reaches 50% plus one. I don't like that. So basically, what they're saying is, if I'm voting for a bunch of people, right, let's say me and Shannon are running for president. Me, Shannon, and Shannon's doctor friend that she snitched on, right? So we're all running for office, right? Shannon's, you are somebody's first choice. I'm somebody's second choice. The doctor friend you snitched on is somebody's third choice, right? Now, none of us get 50% of the vote plus one. So then the person who got the least number of first place votes, they're dropped out of the election. And then everyone who voted for me, whoever those people said their second choice would be, that's who gets the votes for the next round.
Yeah.
And then they do that over and over and over again.
I don't like that.
Me neither.
It's weird.
I don't like it. It's weird. Once again, even if I assume that they're calculating this stuff the right way, to me, it leaves too much room for error. It leaves too much room for like suspicious activity to take place. Let's keep it the way we had it. We all run and we vote for somebody. Whoever wins. Who says you have to get 50% plus one in order to win? If a bunch of people sit out in an election, or it's a very competitive field, and so you win by a large minority, you still won. Yeah, if I get 44% of the vote and everyone else gets 10%, 11%, 13%, why should somebody who got 13% first place votes end up winning an election because they end up getting all of these hidden votes from candidates as they drop out?
Yeah.
They claim it's more democratic that way, and I understand what they're trying to say, because it is a more accurate. You do get a better sense on, okay, who were the candidates that most people were messing with during this election, right? So maybe somebody might have been too radical for me to be my first choice, but they were like a good second choice. And so I understand why they want to implement this policy, but it's too sketchy for me. Too sketchy.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Keep it. And I want to know who won before I go to bed.
Yeah, but it looks like Eric Adams. It looks like he's gonna win.
It does. How do you feel about Eric Adams?
I don't know. I don't feel terribly about him. I'm kind of like in the middle. I'm a little neutral.
I think Eric Adams is the sketchiest dude.
Yeah, I'm a little neutral. I don't really like the platform that he ran on about how he had firsthand experience with police brutality, so he became a cop to change the system. The system has been the same overall for many years, so I don't really think that was a good platform to run on. So I don't know.
But he won. So what does that say though, that he won?
It says that a lot of people bought into. I don't know, actually. A lot of people bought into that, I guess, but hoping for change of some sort. But that I don't really think is gonna come. So
he won because New York City got dangerous. It's very simple.
Oh yeah, it did. The crime is way up.
New York City. Oh, we have to make a correction to a story we did last week. So remember the story we did about the guy who was shot by those kids?
Oh yeah.
So
he's alive. Oh wait, no. What did we say? I don't know what we said.
No, we didn't say he died, Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, he's still alive. Those were not his kids.
Oh. They were just random kids?
Yes, and he was trying to use the kids as a shield.
Oh.
Yeah. I went back and watched the video.
What?
I went back to watch because people kept saying that. So I'm like, what? So I went back and watched the video. If you watch the video again, you do see him like trying to like, grab one of the kids. And I thought it was because those were his kids. So he was trying to,
that's
he was trying
crazy.
He was trying to use the kids as a shield. Now,
oh wow,
instinctually, we all want to say that this person is less of a man, right? Oh my God, what a the B word.
Yeah.
I've never been shot at before in my life. I don't know what I would.
Yeah, it's instinctual, if that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because this ain't my kid.
Yeah,
it's somebody's kid, but it ain't mine.
I mean, it's still horrible, but I would imagine that it
is awful. All I'm saying is
it's like fight or flight. You know that moment when you're trying to just survive.
Yeah, I have never been shot. That said, I love kids so much. I'll be stunned if I did this. But once again, I've never been shot at. And so if I was faced with life and death, would I sink so low as to grab a innocent baby child to use them as a meat
Oh my
shield?
god, that
I don't know
sounds
how to do it.
that sounds so terrible.
It is terrible though. If you think about
Wow.
it.
No, it is. It
You saw
is.
how small those children were. They was oblivious, scared out their mind. And by the way, gunshots are loud, and that dude was right next to them. He's still ended up missing his target, but he was right next to those kids. And so there's loud bangs going off in their head. You had two kids. One of the kids was trying to help the other kid out. Yeah, so it is like I said, it is an awful, despicable thing to watch. Like when you're watching, like, oh my, you piece of shit, you gonna use a child as a shield? That said, most of us out here haven't been shot at.
Yeah.
So I hope I wouldn't stoop that low.
No.
Look, man, evolution might take over. So yeah, that was one correction that I wanted to bring up that we had to make because I was listening back to our show and I was like, look, we got that one wrong.
Yeah.
We got that one wrong. All right. Rudy Giuliani, Shannon. They got your boy.
Don't call him. Anyway, Rudy Giuliani is suspended from practicing law after false election claims. See what happens when you guys are out here spreading QAnon conspiracy theories. You get your license suspended.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Shannon's overjoyed by this news. This is horrible news.
Why?
Horrible news. Because what does Rudy
It's
Giuliani...
not proven.
What do you mean?
It's not proven that the election was stolen, but he's been going around on public platforms. This is a man who has a professional job to defend people, and he's out here spewing unproven like misinformation. So that's what happens.
No. I'm not saying that this was a bad thing because I agree that the election was stolen.
Okay.
It's not the point. The point is, on what ground does the bar have to revoke someone's license for something that has nothing to do with law? Like he didn't malpractice. He didn't take on a case and abuse his authority as a lawyer. These were things that claims that he was making away from his occupation. And so I don't like this thing where people are getting fired or losing their jobs for their political opinions that have nothing to do with their occupation. Yeah.
I guess that's true, but whatever.
I don't keep saying that. His problem with people like Shannon, they keep going. You just excuse things because you don't like the person. We are governed by these same rules.
Yes.
We are. We are all governed by these same rules. And so once you begin to, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Take his license. Okay, well, you have then agreed that corporations, companies can, fire employees based off of the employees' opinions about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people believe crazy shit?
Yes, I know.
Problematic.
I understand your point. I do.
Yes. So we on the Black Column, we are petitioning for Rudy Giuliani to get his license back.
No, we're not. Jabaya is. I'm not. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not petitioning for him to get his license back.
This is a great miscarriage of justice. He's not even close. I'm serious, man. He shouldn't have lost his license. Do I think he was goofy? Like, no one has destroyed their own reputation more than Rudy Giuliani, right? Regardless of how you feel about Rudy, he had like a good reputation for cleaning up the city. Now, yeah, I'm sure the police were wild and they were out there doing all types of, questionable things. These accusations are probably true. That said, Giuliani's reputation, though, was this guy cleaned up New York City. People who are older, they remember New York City before it was the New York City that me and you know, Shannon, where it was prostitutes everywhere, where, the body count was insane, where you had the mafia and the moms out here running the streets. It was not a safe space, to live. Mm-hmm. He came and he implemented certain policies that many believe contributed to New York City becoming a much safer place for people to live. Mm-hmm. He destroyed all of that stuff single-handedly during Trump's presidency. Mm-hmm. To me, that's kind of his payment. He paid with his reputation. But I don't like this thing where he loses his license for something that had nothing to do with his occupation.
I mean, okay, yes, I understand what you're saying. I do, but I do not feel bad for him. So therefore, I have a biased opinion. So, but I do understand what you're saying. You are right. You're right.
Okay,
You're right.
would you vote if you were, I don't know, on like the Supreme Court? Would you vote that this is unlawful?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know why it's so hard for you to put your personal feelings aside by these people. I understand how you feel about them, but to me, there's a
Yeah,
bigger
no, I
picture
know.
here.
It's yeah.
So, yeah. Um, Joe Biden, Uncle Joe Biden, your guy Joe. He has finally, Shannon, he has finally decided to crack down, or at least give a proposal to crack down on the rising homicidal rates that has been plaguing the country over the last couple of months. Now, this has been an issue that me and you have talked about for a while, both locally as far as our own communities, and then also in the grand scheme of the country, where homicides are rising everywhere. You even got me, or an article that I read got me to rethink my position, where it brought up the fact that places where crimes are going up are not necessarily places where they have taken money away from the police. And so crime is rising everywhere throughout the country. And so Joe Biden, he finally decided to release his plan or his proposal to curb the violence. Okay. And so Biden on Wednesday announced a 5-point proposal that includes cracking down on gun sellers who violate federal laws with a new zero tolerance policy, giving additional support to law enforcement to help with summer crime increases, and investing in community violence intervention programs, expanding summer employment and services, particularly for teens and young adults, helping formerly incarcerated individuals successfully reenter their communities. Okay. He also mentioned aspects of gun control that would need to go through Congress, like universal background checks and banning high capacity magazines. Um, yeah. And so, Shannon, what do you think about Biden's proposals?
Um, I think it's a good step. I mean, I feel like it's about time that he did something. I kind of agree. I agree with most of the things he's trying to do. Um, I feel like it took a while. Like it's like most of his promises are taking a while. But I agree mostly. What about you?
So, I
Oh
mean,
God. Okay, wait. Go ahead.
no, like these proposals, I understand why people think these are going to be effective. But
Mm-hmm.
my thing is this: I was listening to Ben Shapiro's podcast earlier today,
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
he made a point that I thought was interesting, where he says that crime was steadily going down over the past 20 years until recently,
Mm-hmm.
right? We had a ban on assault rifles and assault weapons that expired, I believe, in 2001,
Okay.
even though crime continued to go down after that bill expired.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no evidence to suggest that that bill was a part of why we had this decline in crime.
Mm-hmm.
And so these proposals to me, are, to me, none of this is rooted in data to actually bring down, crime outside of maybe giving additional support to local law enforcement and, you know, helping formerly incarcerated individuals, reenter their communities. Like all of this other stuff, cracking down on gun sellers and zero tolerance policies and, investing in community service interventions. Okay, well, what does
You think
that
it's all
mean?
fluff? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Not even
Yep.
fluff, but it's just kind of things that you would do if you were a Democrat. So it's kind
Yeah.
of more of like, if you presented a problem to both the left and the right, they would both try to solve the problem, but in ways that align with their own political ideology.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this feels like to me.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think any of this is going to actually help with the crime problem. Uh, some people think that the crime issue is exacerbated by the pandemic.
Yeah.
We've been in the house a bunch of times, so people are coming out. They are, anxious. They are full of energy. New beefs. I gave my theory on what I think is going on with, as far as the underworld, so to speak, the criminal world. They were also robbed of their finances, like people who were running bars and pharmacies and everything like that. And so we built up the pharmacies and the pharmacies, uh, but we didn't bail out the drug dealers. Now you can't really bail out drug dealers because they're drug dealers, but that could be the issue. Like this could just be the exact same. Like the crime could just be, hey, these people need economic help the same way we gave economic help to people who are in the legal business. That said, how do you provide economic help for illegal activity when it's illegal? The only thing that you could do would be to legalize drugs. Legalize drugs, legalize prostitution, legalize the all of these markets that criminals have a monopoly on because they're illegal. If you did that, you would undercut the industry pretty much. And then you might see the crime begin to go down a little bit because you would have all of this violence that is attached to these gang wars over drugs and guns, and because all this stuff is business. The drug game is a business. The gun game is a business as well.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's like Band-Aid solutions.
Yeah. It's true. So I guess we'll just have to see. But I mean, I don't really know. I feel like we're a long ways away from making prostitution and all drugs legal in the United States.
I used to say, in the country as a whole, but number one, I wouldn't want that to be a nationwide policy. I believe in
states. States.
Yeah. I don't think we're that far away from. I don't think we are that far away from prostitution becoming legal in an individual state, though. Remember earlier this year.
Prostitution isn't prostitution legal in Vegas, Nevada. I mean,
in parts of Nevada, it is, but it's heavily regulated. But I was going to say, remember earlier we talked about the story about the the Manhattan DA who's no longer going to prosecute prostitution charges anymore. That's kind
of okay.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, you're right. We are. I feel like we are a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And even if they never fully, legalize it, decriminalizing it will change the game, because you will then allow people who are victims, prostitutes who are victims of violent crimes, they no longer need pimps to protect them, because they can now feel safe enough. Hey, I'm not going to go to jail by going to the police and reporting that this guy here, violated me, because they're not going to be facing any criminal charges. Now, there'll still be some hesitancy because it's not fully legal, but I do think even if you just decriminalized it, it will go a long way. And that's my solution to this.
Yeah. It took a long time for this to come about. So Biden is dragging his feet a little bit. Not that I'm saying I'm surprised by it. But
wait, the gun stuff?
Yeah, gun violence, just everything. Everything he said that he was going to tackle, I feel, is taking quite a while.
I mean, he's done a lot.
He didn't cancel my $10,000 student loans, though.
Whatever. But he was never going to do that, though.
No, he did say that he was going to cancel $10,000 of student debt.
Oh yeah, you're
10,000,
right,
not the whole, not all.
You're right. I mean, he's not going to do that though until like he. Yeah, I don't know why he's not doing that. I know. I don't know why he's not doing that, but that's what the impression I got was, he's waiting for like the right time to do certain things, because he's been very active with the pen game, especially early on with all of these damn executive orders. But I think he's figured out as well that an executive order is like a paper tiger. All you have to do to get rid of an executive order is vote in the opposite person in 4 years, and everything that was signed off gets reversed. So you're better off trying to get this done and right through Congress. What I'm just very surprised by is how little they've gotten through Congress. Now, they've done certain things through Congress as far as the budget bill. I heard today that Joe Biden and a bunch of Republicans came out and said that they reached an agreement on the infrastructure bill that they're passing.
Yeah.
So you have that. Apparently next coming soon in July, I think it's July, people are going to start getting their money for the child programs, like 300. So that's coming soon. Yeah, the child tax stuff that's coming soon is going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, he has done a lot.
Yeah, he's done way more than many other presidents in this small period of time. So I don't think we could take that away from Joe Biden. But
no.
Yeah, now he should kind of hurry up because I think you guys are going to lose the Senate in 2022.
Probably.
It's kind of how these things go. Outside of something drastic happening and the Republicans, just completely fucking this up, which they can do because they're Republicans. I think you're going to lose the Senate and the House because that's kind of just the way politics works. People get frustrated with the president, and so they vote the other way to have an oppositional party. So, and parts of me believe that's more healthy. I don't think the country actually works well when one party dominates, too much of the branches of government.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Let's see what we have here. Now I'm going to go to the story that I've been wanting to go to for the last 20 minutes.
Oh, I was hoping we were out of time.
New Yorkers will be able to designate their sex as female, male, or X on a driver's license and birth certificate under a law that Governor Andrew Cuomo said he signed on Thursday.
Yep. And what a great day it is for trans individuals.
This is a travesty.
Oh, God.
It is. It's an absolute travesty. Shannon knows where I was going, which is why she was dreading us.
I didn't want to talk about it.
But this is a very significant conversation because you know how I feel about these issues, right? I view the trans stuff differently than I view gay, lesbian. Those are lifestyle choices in which the government has no right to dictate how you live in your private life. So I believe they should be able to get married, adopt children, all of that good stuff, right? The trans issues are a completely different issue because they are trying to redefine the way in which we categorize human beings and also destroy the categories of male and female by promoting fake scientific literature suggesting that there's no concrete differences between males and females, and changing legislation to placate these people is a mistake. It's a mistake. Now, Sheena's making her face, but I don't care. It's a mistake to do so for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, there are only two sexes, male and female. Even if you choose to live your life in a way that goes against the quote unquote gender stereotypes of your birth given sex, that's your prerogative. It doesn't mean though that you are not a female. You are a female. You are a male. That's what you are. You know how I know that? Because we have chromosomes.
So what happens if somebody gets bottom surgery? Are they still?
You are the sex you were born, Shannon.
Oh, okay.
You are because we have chromosomes. You guys keep trying to say this ain't real when we have chromosomes. We have DNA. You are a female. You are a male. These things matter. We have to preserve these categories. Otherwise, the world don't make sense. Live your life the way you want to live it. I don't care. If you were born Sam and you want to live your life as Samantha and you want to go your surgery, that's your prerogative.
Okay.
Do what you have to do.
So then why is it a problem if they want to identify that way? Why can't they put it on their license?
Because I'm speaking specifically about the government is making this mistake because Shannon, these categories, for example, prisons, right? Where do you put somebody who is X? Do they go? No, and this is
okay.
They go to a female prison or a male prison? Are you going to ask them where they would like to go? No. These categories are extremely important. We segregate by sex for important reasons in this country, for the safety of the quote unquote weaker sex, as far as physically weaker females. We segregate bathrooms for that reasons. You know, a lot of the times we segregate our sports because of the physical differences. We segregate even certain parts of healthcare for these reasons. Getting rid of these categories is a big deal.
Yep.
I don't believe in the trans argument is they believe that they will not be able to live their fullest lives unless they get rid of these categories. What I'm saying is, those individuals are such a small, insignificant portion of the human population. I don't believe it is in the best interest of human beings to destroy these categories, to placate to, what is it, like 0.01% of the human population. It's insane to me. Everybody who claims that they are non-binary, when I look at them, I can tell you are a female or a male. You can be who you want to be, but that's what you are. And these things are important, not just because I'm against change. No. These categories are extremely important. So what do you say to the X person who is truly a male who wants to compete against females in the Olympics?
Jabaya, why are you bringing down the trans population on pride? It's pride. It's pride. Just let them have it. Why don't you come for them in July? Just leave them be.
Because they decided to have this sign now. That's why. Right? If they chose to have this sign in July, it'll be different. But I'm not giving these people the room that you give them, because Shannon has a beautiful heart. You know, one of the things, this is for the next 60 seconds, I'm gonna be very serious. So Shannon is one of she has a very, very pure spirit, I think.
Thank you.
Very empathetic, very emotionally intelligent. Wants to make sure everyone can live a respectable life, equal representation under the law. That's who Shannon is at her core, which is why this show works so well, because she's kind of the morality of the podcast. And I respect all these things. The problem is, I understand the importance of logic, the importance of categories, the importance of recognizing the differences between the sexes, male and female. These things are extremely important. And we're playing with fire, trying to placate one demographic of people. Meanwhile, we know how important these categories are for the rest of humanity. I watched the crime take place, Shannon. A guy punches the girl in the back of the head, steals money out of the wallet, runs away. Mm-hmm. When they ask me to describe this person, what do most people say? Man, woman, male, female. You know why? Because we know what sex we're looking at, generally speaking. Are there some people that confuse it sometimes? Sure. You'll have like the occasional person that's born that is very androgynous, and you can't tell if this is a male or a female. But for the most part, we can tell male from female because of the secondary sexual characteristics. I believe that's what they're called, meaning like facial hair, Adam's apple. Men have them, women don't. You know, males have them, females don't. These things matter. Penis, no penis. Breast, no breast. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not with getting rid of all of that. And so the pride community is celebrating today. I'm crying tears of disappointment as I continue this losing battle to keep America sane. But
to the pride community, to the LGBT community, I apologize on behalf of Jabaya. I apologize.
I don't accept her apology on my behalf. She's apologizing for her.
I'm apologizing for you. You don't have to accept my apology. It's for the people.
I didn't say anything wrong.
I apologize on behalf of Jabaya.
Yeah. So just for those of you, y'all know that does not come from me. So this is the end of the show. Thank you.
Wait, real quick. This is like totally off topic in a funny topic. Have you seen the trailer for this new reality dating? Huh?
Wait. Oh, will they have the animal heads on?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking to myself? Isn't it really just kind of blind? No, not. Yeah, it's like a blind date, except you're blind through the entire date. So, right, isn't the point of a blind date is you don't know who you're gonna meet?
Well, a blind date is like you don't know who you're going on a date with, and then you find out when you get to the date.
Yeah, and so this is kind of a blind date through the entire date. So you get there, but you still don't know what this person looks like. But you're learning their personality, you're learning what they're like, and then I guess I'm gonna watch this too. By the way, Netflix released.
I'm gonna watch it too because it looks very entertaining.
Oh yeah, I saw one guy out here like a chicken head on, and someone else had like these are some elaborate. First of all, it seemed very hot and uncomfortable. If I'm being honest,
the masks are like very elaborate, like very like costly. Yeah. It's very weird.
I think they would have been better off calling it what I just said, like, blind dates, but a twist where like you get to the restaurant and you can't see the person. It's like a
Mm.
I mean, wait, wasn't there a show like that?
Yeah, Love is Blind.
Yeah, Love is Blind.
Yeah.
They should have come with season 2 of that show. That show was hot.
I mean, there is going to be a season 2 of Love is Blind, but this is just kind of like a kitschy, kind of different take on a
It's
similar
that
show.
one, and it's a show that's called Too Hot to Handle.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching on Netflix. I didn't finish the first season, but I enjoyed it. It's basically where like they have a whole bunch of sexy people on this
Yeah,
island.
yeah, and you can't like physical, yeah,
or you lose money.
Yeah.
And so I just enjoy watching people. You know what? I like watching beautiful people do ridiculous things. Isn't that what like reality TV is pretty much in a nutshell? Just gorgeous people doing ridiculous things. Occasionally, you have like
a lot of people are complaining that it is unrealistic. Not unrealistic, but a lot of people are disappointed that because like if you see the trailer for that show, it's called Sexy Beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are like snippets where you see the people without the masks on, and they say that they all still are categorized into like a standard, like the definition of standard beauty. So a lot of people are disappointed that there is not more like
But why? No one wants to watch ugly people. No, I'm serious. Like, why are you disappointed? No one wants to. We have to stop this lie. Like, we want to see ourselves on TV. No, we don't. We want to see gorgeous people do stuff. Just admit that. No one, trust me. No one wants to see. No one wants to see me on a dating show. I take off my chicken head. There's my face. No one wants to see that. They want to see Michael B. Jordan and Idris Elba and those people. They want to see my face. Am I saying something wrong, Shannon?
No.
Yeah. So why are we lying about this? Like, I'm disappointed that they don't use. No, you're not. Stop it. There's a place for average-looking people, and that is, comedy drama TV shows like King of Queens, or what I'm saying, like that stuff there. But no, dating shows. No, we want to see gorgeous people making out and having sex and stuff. Like, we have to admit that. If we can't be honest enough to admit that part of this equation, Shannon, then there's no point in us having conversations in general. We all want to see gorgeous people. Dude, isn't The Bachelor and The Bachelorette like one of the longest running reality TV shows on TV?
Yes, it is.
Has there ever been an unattractive? Now, look, I don't think every
yes,
man or
there
woman
has been unattractive people. I mean, they typically don't cast, like plus size people. They've casted like a sprinkle, like maybe like 2 or 3.
No, I mean the Bachelor.
But there have been people that have been unattractive, or that I find unattractive. I don't know.
That's the point I'm making. There are people who have been on there that I don't find attractive, but I've never seen anybody who was like the host, who was the Bachelor or the Bachelorette.
Like the lead that's unattractive. Yeah.
I've never seen that, because they know we don't want to watch that. We like to watch beautiful people. Temptation Island, one of my favorite shows. All gorgeous people. I'm never going to make it on that show. Ever. I'm never going to make it on Temptation Island. I'm never going to make it on, what else? Love is Blind. I'm not going to make it on Too Hot to Handle.
Especially not because Jabaya is a misogynist. So if they have to go off his personality first, somebody's going to be mad at him.
That's not true.
I'm kidding.
There was a dude that was super toxic on Love is Blind.
I'm kidding.
What's his name?
Who?
Did you watch Love is Blind?
I did.
Do you remember the black dude who?
Yes. Yes, I do. Toxic. I remember him.
Yeah, I'm not that bad. If he can make it on that show, I can make it on that show. So yeah, but look, people just have to be honest. Look, I understand the burden of being ugly, right? I'm not ugly. I'm just not gorgeous. Yeah, I'm right in the middle. On a scale of 1 to 30, I'm a 15. People have to just embrace their reality. So what? You ain't, people don't want to look at your face. Be funny. Be talented. Beauty is do you agree with me on this point, at least, Shannon, that beauty is a gift?
Yeah.
It's a gift. Just like some people can sing, some people can dance, some people they're really smart. Yeah, people get blessed with different gifts. Just because you weren't blessed with the gift of beauty doesn't mean you don't have other gifts. Now, I get it. It sucks. Dating is a little bit harder for you, especially if you're a woman. Because if you're an ugly dude, all you have to do is get rich. If you're an ugly woman, I know what you're gonna do if you're an ugly woman, but yeah, look, that's your burden to bear. We all have burdens that we have to bear, and lying though and saying that we want to see unattractive people on TV, that's just not true. No, is not true, and it's the reason why everyone on TV is gorgeous, because we like to see gorgeous people, and it's not even a minor thing. Just look at the statues from the Roman days.
Mm-hmm.
You think everybody looked like that? No, those are the most ripped dudes, and look, they didn't even care that them dudes had small penises. They didn't even care. They just liked the physical, abs and the poses, and they made their statues like that. So we always like to see beautiful people, right? So yeah, you have to just get over that. Yeah, who said that?
Just the internet.
I didn't see that.
I did.
On Twitter?
No, I'm not scrolling on Twitter. I'm scrolling
on Facebook?
on Facebook. Yeah.
So in Facebook comments. Now let me ask you a question. How many of the people making those comments were actually attractive?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really examine their faces.
Were they mainly men or women? Men and women. Yeah.
Women.
That's nothing you have to stop doing. And you do. Ladies, stop getting wrapped up in how undesirable that you might be. Okay. It doesn't. It's not. Look, one day we're gonna have to bring on somebody who's like really hot on this podcast, because beauty is a burden.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a terrible burden. Yes, it gets a lot of perks. You get a lot of perks. You can go places that you could never go. You can get jobs that you would never get. If you weren't attractive. Like, there's an entire industry based off of looks that we don't think about as an industry based off of looks. Newscasting. You ever notice these newscasters, male or female, gorgeous people? Mm-hmm. Every day I watch Eyewitness News, and these people are perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they look older, they're like gorgeous old people.
Mm-hmm.
An entire industry. You got to be hot in order to be on TV. It sucks. You might have the potential to be the best meteorologist in the world, but if you look like Precious, you ain't going to get on the TV screen.
Oh my God. Okay.
So thank you for rocking with us for another week of the podcast, the Black Column Show. I think we tackled all of our topics here for today. Mm-hmm. And there was one left, but to me, DeSantis, this is really easy. You can't make people pray. Sorry, my friend. Sorry. So thank you for rocking with us, Shannon. Do you have anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, if you're a nerd, you can listen to my podcast, Blerds and Nerds podcast. Right now, we're in a new cycle. We're trying to bring on guests who are passionate about different things in nerd culture. Bring them on. We'll talk about it.
I saw that. Is it harder than it looks?
Yeah, to find people. Oh,
finding guests is
finding guests is so hard. Yeah.
I tried to do that for my podcast. I gave up after like 2 weeks. I was like, dude, I'm getting nowhere. It's easier to do once you have like a big, internet presence, because people reach out to you, want to be on your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find people, who match what you want, and then who would be willing to come on or even respond to your inquiry. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. People don't get that.
Yeah, it's a pain. We were lucky enough to have 2 people reach out to us, so we had like 2 really good past episodes, and then we have another one lined up in a couple of weeks. But like, it's hard in the interim.
I have so much respect for Joe Rogan now, given what it's easy now, but back when he was doing it before, just the final, I get it now. Pain in the ass. So we will see you guys in a week. Hold on, will it be?
No. Next week it won't be the holiday yet. No.
No, but next week's show will be the last show before the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. We might have a 4th of July special.
What are we going to talk about?
How much I love America and how much you hate it.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right. See you guys next time. Deuces.
Bye.